Brian Eno into the room. Speaking of Brian Eno, do you know about his oblique strategies? Do you know about those?
No, what's the oblique strategy?
So Brian Eno, the composer.
I love him. I want to watch the doc.
And he and this other artist came up with this deck of cards called the oblique strategies. And basically when you get stuck creatively, what you're supposed to do is pick one of these cards and I'll say, double it. Or do this thing.
Oh yeah,
or that.
this, yeah.
And these strategies. So I found, I was searching eBay, being a D&D nerd, and people sell random piles of dice. And I was looking, and I found there was these Marvel superhero dice they had, and I wanted those. But amongst them were these oblique strategy Brian Eno dice. They're like $40.
Dude.
And so basically you roll it, and they're really weird.
And how much you get them for in the
roll
road?
that
I got it like for $20.
Yeah.
But I got like 50 dice with it. So,
wow.
So when you roll them, they still have 1 through 6 on them, but it's like use an old idea, do something boring, and this one says bridges.
Let's do the
build, burn. Yeah.
Okay. So use an old idea, do something boring. All right. I opened up to my mom's old journal.
Mm-hmm.
Wow. And so this is an old idea.
Okay.
And what was the other one? Build bridges?
Bridges. Build or burn. Or build.burn as a list. So I guess that's options. However you need to interpret it in the moment.
All right. I'm building a bridge. I know where I'm going. Oh, I know where I'm going. And I know who's going to be. It's good to be merry and wise. It's good to be honest and true. It is well to be off with the old love and fire you go on to the new. My bridge is still standing. I don't know about you. Light a candle of understanding. Shine a heart which will not be put out. No, it is an eternal flame. We're just playing the dice game. Throw another one. Throw another one.
These are picture dice. These are actually called story cubes.
Throw your coin in the river.
Alright. This has a word
What are
balloon,
you wishing for?
a magic wand,
I'll make your wish come true.
and it looks like you interpret that one the way you want. It looks like a
Your shadow's watching you. You will come through the brush and the pine. Be fine. Oh, make a wish for the future. Watch the sun rise. It won't be too hot, no it's not. It's just right today. Wanna play? Oh, it's all black keys. You can do it all.
I can do black keys.
around the world and back again. Ooh, make me sway. We got too late. I was feeling sick. I had shoes of fine green leather and a stick of gum. Some say he's bad, I say he's funny. Ooh, and you would have been funny. Nice! Jofer, once again, the band is back in the clutch. Wow. And we got
That
it
is
all on
just like a
record.
big kaleidoscope of big clunky buttons to play with.
Welcome back to the podcast.
Welcome back to the show. It's slight musical interlude.
That was
the
our
weather.
That was our musical opening.
And I just read that a ceasefire has been.
Oh!
The music did it.
Woo!
Not the U.S. and Iran.
All we are saying is give peace a chance.
A piece of Israel, a piece of Palestine,
Yes.
a piece of Iran, a piece of Saudi Arabia,
A piece of me, a piece of you, a piece of cake,
a piece of cake,
Pizza.
a piece of mine, a piece of pizza.
a piece of heart,
Oh,
a
tell
piece of
Clover
love.
about the Patinkin.
Well, yeah, we are here in the Hudson Valley, home of Mandy Patinkin.
Yeah.
I don't know if you're Patinkin, but I'm
What are
Patinkin.
you thinking?
I'm Patinkin.
I think we should be partaking.
I think we should partake in a little reflection and a cheers
Drinkity
to us.
Drinkity drink. Cheers to
I'm
us.
the Patinkin.
Serena Hope is with us.
Triumphant trio.
And it is episode 33.
33 in the place of
Jive. Just for a moment. Yeah, just for like a little intro of what we've done over the last week. Because you guys together have witnessed all that has happened.
Spoon, tell us about Joe's June.
Yeah, real quick. The Idiot's Hour was a success. Serena was there to witness.
Mm-hmm.
What was it like? Tell me what New York City was like.
And tell us who you are and your art form first.
I'm Serena. I'm a singer-songwriter. Live in the Hudson Valley. And I had the distinct pleasure of attending the Idiot's Hour avant-garde comedy clown show.
Yee!
And I think the most beautiful thing about it was that the audience was equally as involved as the performers.
Yes.
And it was a hub of real core out there community that just show up for each other.
Yes, and we're showing up again for our buddy Dagan, who was a guest also on the podcast, who is coming this week, and you're going to get to see my show later in the Idiot's Hour. Thank you, Serena, for all your support. I couldn't be the idiot I am if not for you. So thank you. I love you.
Yes.
Yes, and Topher, you are an incredible, great friend who was able to be the co-director of the Hill People Comedy Festival.
Oh, the
Happenstancery
portion of it. Yeah, please. Marissa Caruso is the brain leader.
Yes.
The master vulture.
Also a guest on the podcast.
Yes.
If you want to learn more about the Hill People Fest. But Topher, you and I were 3 years going to this festival.
Yeah, 3 consecutive years.
Woo! How's it been for you?
It feels like 17 years have gone by.
It's so true.
17 long, hard deers.
Yes. Blood, blood, and deers.
Blood, sweat, and deers. Indeed. Yes, it was a trip getting to the. We are not addressing any more detail than that.
No,
we had such a great time there this year. We met so many budding comedians. One of the wild things that Marissa's got going on at Hill People's Comedy Fest is she has nationally renowned comedian Mia Jackson hosting this awesome Zoom class prior to the event, and then invites all the partakers of the Zoom class to perform at the comedy festival. And some folks came as far as Erie, Pennsylvania to partake.
Yes, but it's so good for the locals.
Oh my gosh.
Like these people.
3 days.
The Belvedere Inn is a magical place. And
a legendary establishment.
Marissa runs an incredible
So
event.
many local sponsors come out.
But Mia Jackson, speaking of that for a moment, you have the incredible set that, she teaches, and I took part in her class last year.
Yeah.
And just such a great teacher and an incredible stand-up. So fun and really helped. Because I don't always think about writing material. As you know about me, I'm more of a jester than a stand-up. But
it's a different type of vibe, yeah.
Yeah.
You're like a live extemporaneous storyteller. You take in the moment, but you process so much information in your life, and that comes out. But you also have a way of aiming all your skills out for the moment.
Oh, thank you so much. And, it's different from Serena's art form here, who really is a poet and writes songs and works on them and crafts them for years. And you can check out her music on Spotify. We love listening to Serena's music, and
we celebrate the whole spectrum of expression here.
All art is different, and I love that what we were able to do is really empower people, because our new phrase for Happenstancery is all together now. All together now. All together now. All together now.
All together now.
All together now means, everybody should get together and have gatherings. Make your backyard, like I did, made my college house cul-de-sac into a venue for rummage sales and, more importantly, Thursday improv rehearsals.
Which has been going for 5 years.
Started in the middle of COVID, and Topher's
The location may have changed, but the people are just as strange.
Yes. Oh, it's beautiful.
Yeah.
And we're spreading the good word of what we do. You can go to happenstancery.org And you can also find us on Patreon. We're about to launch a whole new wave of material.
A new initiative.
We're
to get people
starting.
involved.
We want you to start a Happenstancery of your own.
That's what helps. If you join up with our Patreon, we're going to collect a creative brain trust and help you, whether you're in Saskatchewan, Bogatan, Palestine, Poland, or in the back of my hand,
Ireland,
anywhere you can speak English, unless you have other languages under your belt, my friend.
Me no speak very much. I need to really get... I was just thinking I'm going to do my Duolingo soon, but I'd like to do Italy.
See, I tried doing Duolingo, and I couldn't vibe with the computer. I need to be in... I took Spanish in college, and conversational Spanish. I could do the voice, and my teacher loved that. I had this guy who looked like Antonio Banderas as my teacher. He was awesome. Yeah, but like the conjugative word, I was like
conjugation.
Well, Topher, you're always telling me when it comes to improv that to speak without words in a way of your incredible Johnstone method that you've taught Happenstancery.
Yeah, we're using status modes and changing levels of how you perform and how you perform outwardly. Now we're talking on an audio medium here, so it's kind of hard to demonstrate. But you have to come to one of our
workshops.
Workshops.
We're going to be doing that again.
Less evasive, folks. And I'm going to lean in close to say this. This is one of my mottos. Some things don't fit on the internet. You need to experience them in real life. Like here in the Hudson Valley, we have real life music. We have real life festivals. We have real life comedy. We have real life production crews that make films and capture the magic of being here and projecting it out to the world.
And we have real life Topher, whose birthday is coming up.
That's true.
When's your birthday?
Wednesday's day.
June
25th.
And whose birthday is also that day?
Oh, my good friend Mo Armstrong. Look him up, folks. Give him a Google. It's worth it.
Well, let's hope that this is now where we intro Mo. That we're not going to do the full podcast here. But you're setting up Mo and Joe.
Mo and Joe.
I want to get my Mo and Joe working.
Your Mo and Joe need to have a convo.
Before the birthday. I think really. I don't know
if I can get him busy on Tuesday.
All right, maybe not.
Yeah, he's a little bit slower going with his timing.
Well, this episode is getting my mojo working.
You need to watch his YouTube channel.
Mo, I'm banging the drum. I'm hoping Topher sends this to you and you hear, I love your YouTube channel. I've got your CDs.
Yes.
I know what you're up to, and I can't wait to talk to you.
Yep.
But Topher, having you here, you are working on a Topher the Gopher.
Yeah, I got
character.
The idea is to get a gopher puppet and go from there. The voice of the underground would be like a college radio gopher character. Maybe you could get some airtime on Radio Woodstock.
Yeah, exactly. We're going to get.
They have that thing where you could buy airtime, and maybe we could put I did put a puppet on the radio back. I had my friend Matt Leonard, the puppet I brought to the festival, the purple guy, Wolfgang.
I love it because
we put puppets on the radio.
Really
nobody can see it, so we can pretend we have one right now and do that thing with our hands.
Hey, folks, it's me, Jofer.
I love mush.
Me too. Gopher the Topher.
I love to eat on camera.
Ah, me too. I can't wait. But save that. That's for the exclusive Patreon. We don't eat on camera here.
Let me lean in close.
Oh, my God.
I'm putting the puppet too close to the mic.
Folks, if you could see the real gopher hair glued to his hand right now.
I look like Robin Williams, I swear to God.
Oh, my God.
I look like the arm of Robin Williams.
This is Chewbacca level special effects, folks. If only you could see.
I'd suck a Wookiee for a cookie right now.
Oh, that's great. All right. Wonderful.
And really, we're back to Hill People. That brings us right back.
It was such a delightful time. And also, we had our members, new members of Happenstancery, Ben and Kyle.
Welcome. Yeah, it was a great time to have a beautiful, amazing showcase of people who've been working with us.
Chris also came along as support.
Thank you to everybody who came with us, and for Marissa and the folks. We got to see Crumlick, which was the new incarnation of Gimlick. Serena, tell us what you think of Gimlick.
They're just the most hysterical people in the world.
We got to see them at Hill People and again at Beacon.
And we saw them at Idiot's Hour. Not as audience members.
They were there in the audience for the show you're about to see at the end of this episode. Yeah, well, two of them made it out, and we love you guys so much. and they were checking out their teacher from the Brooklyn Comedy Collective, who I would need to go take a class from, was there. He was hysterical with a clown character playing dead, like at one point, and he's walking around I'll see if I have video of this, saying, does somebody want to show us their and I was like really weirded out by it, and he was walking through the audience, but I just had a liquid death can, which we can talk about the marketing scheme about that, and I stuck it in my pants. And he said, is that... I raised my hand. I took the brunt from everybody as a clown in the audience. And he said, what's that? And I said, there it is. And he said, does it make a sound? And I went, yeah, and crunkled it like a can. It was great. Just like this. Yeah, sound, folks. Holy. Time to grab another one.
A shrinkage.
Well, what did you think of my Idiot's Hour set, Topher?
Oh my God. I don't know. I mean, are you going to play it before I talk? I don't know. It's just like...
This will be before. Before.
You threw such shapes on stage, and then you threw such broad strokes to, like, the audience goes, oh! And then they go, yay! And they go, oh! And then they go, oh my God, yes! And I'm like, how did he know that these points, and again, the audience was so with it. I don't know what it if the listener right now knows what it's like to be in a crew that's with it. I would dare say, like when we were driving home from Hill People, and the five of us, because Chris was also in the car with us, and the random shuffle of Joe's phone was doing its audio magic, and we were all singing along, blasting away. And again, some of the folks that are in our crew are from, let's say, very disparate backgrounds, very different backgrounds. And yet we were able to find this commonality in this music and being able to belt, listen, sing, belch.
And improvise.
And watch for deer at the same time.
Yeah, and so there was literally, folks, the most amount of deer ever. If you do go to Hill People, I told Marissa,
put a whistle on your
next
car.
year I'm camping out, folks. You're going to get 3 days of Jolly Joe because I want to volunteer with the festival. This is the greatest festival ever, but you want to leave in the daytime. And this was the solstice, so the deer were out. They were like...
Yeah, Bambi came to play.
A deer in headlights.
Yep. What's that? A deer in headlights.
A deer in headlights.
Rogue, Vogue, I'm a deer. Look at me, strike a pose. I'm a doe, I'm here, I'm a buck. I like to, doe,
Javis. I'm a deer now. I'm a deer.
I commandeer the drum now.
And I gotta look here, clear now. And I gotta look near now. And the turns are coming here now. But you cannot fear
now. No.
Yeah, so it was a wild drive.
Yeah, these things happen on road trips.
You gotta be careful.
Yeah,
always be scanning, folks. You never know what's gonna happen.
You've shared stories on the podcast about your road trips that you've done with stage managing, both for princesses and crews.
And the Day of the Dead musical Sugar Skull with Rhythm of the Arts.
I had a stint for about 8 years where we had an arrangement with an inflatables company that wanted winter work. Yeah. So my colleague, Michael Sayers, had a company called Alternative Stars with a Z, and we had interactive murder mysteries. We went to colleges all up and down the New England area, and it would be 5 of us in a car driving maybe up to 4 or 5 hours and doing a 2-hour murder mystery show and then driving back.
Oh my.
And
that's the tour life.
And you think about it, like when you're hiring someone for that, you're hiring them for the hang. Because early on, we had people that were not good hangs. We had people,
and everybody can be a good hang, but sometimes people.
But the ability to learn how to do that.
Well, one thing you'll see in my Idiot's Hour set, and I hope it doesn't get copywritten, we'll see, is the Jolly Joseph, the People's Transportation. And I am looking to speak with the Jacob Miller people. Apparently this guy is a legend who came from Jamaica with Bob Marley and was getting ready for his big American tour when he died young.
Oh, wow.
But I feel like he connected to me in the future because I just had it hit me one day, Jolly Joe Jester, and he's got a song 50 years ago, Jolly Joseph, The People's Transportation. And getting everybody home safe after Hill People, I felt like that.
Yeah, it's an empowering role to be able to feel that you can protect. I think, I'm forgetting where I heard this from, but the important thing to remember is this. Everyone in this world, ideally, we all strive to survive and make money or make whatever we need for ourselves and our families. But what I hope is that it's one thing that I'm working on something directly, that's great. But if the fruits of what I can, the crumbs that fall off of me, can be beneficial to others.
Yeah.
In some way, shape, or form that I don't even know.
The butterfly effect of our work.
Yeah.
And you have been...
You cheer up someone at your show.
Or workshop on a Thursday night.
On a Thursday. They go to someone else and they tell two friends, or they're nice to two other people, or like what we coach in our workshops, how to interact with people like retail establishments.
Welcome was telling me there that they had a friend who lives in another town and was asking, how do I meet people? How do I make friends? Because of what we're doing and all this stuff, they shared that go to an open mic. You might meet some people. That's what we're doing.
Really?
That's how you beat the drums. And then this person did and made friends that way.
Do you think Welcome would want to be on the podcast?
Well, I think so, down the line. So we'll have to, they are welcome.
Because I would love to talk to them, talk to him about that. Because one of the weird things for me in the performance, because like we had this wild, I don't know how much is going on if this can be, but like when just the understanding, like
there was a lot of dynamics about the world and how to have conversations about being trans and the amazing podcast, the amazing character based on a real happenstance.
Are we going to put our show on live
in the audience? I think so. So that show is part of that will be on the public. So maybe this podcast is both of them, really. And that will fill up our time.
Wow, that'd be something else.
Because episode 33, there's these two great things that have happened this week.
So in an improv show, if you haven't seen one, sometimes what the performers will do is it's kind of like a Mad Lib. Sometimes where you'd get a suggestion or a group of suggestions. But what we do, because we're called Happenstancery, which is like a happenstance or coincidence and a haberdashery, and there's many of us try many hats on. We ask for something like sometimes a situation that might have happened with you, a coincidence or something. So what did the audience member offer? They happened to be a person.
It was somebody from one of the performers shared, just a story of an old friend who found them at a store and said, they were good friends and who actually was a costume person. And
they knew them years ago.
And we found out that now they're a new person. So our whole show was about transformation. And yes, Ben and Welcome were incredible and just had this total taking that and holding it with such reverence, which is a topic that I think a lot of stand-ups go a little too far and are offensive when it comes to that. But we had the right group of people.
Well, what was beautiful, again, having done the workshop just prior, maybe an hour or so prior, and some of those people were in attendance, but again, we had this huge public audience.
It was the best workshop ever. So before we even went on stage to do this story, and I'll call this story really the caterpillar to the butterfly, and you'll see why when you watch the video. But before that was probably the greatest workshop I think Happenstancery has ever done. And Topher, I pulled up to the festival. We were running late because of some communication, last minute things. You ran in and started the workshop.
Yeah, we had to immediately step out of the car.
Duck and roll.
Yeah, duck and roll out of the car like it was some sort of red carpet. And Welcome and Ben come by, and Chris also in tow. And we immediately had to just commandeer everyone. If you're here for the workshop, we're going... Where are we going, Marissa? We're going behind the tent. Follow me behind the tent. This way. Follow the other people behind the tent. And get everyone going and, get things started and at the same time stall for when Joe's showing up. Thankfully,
What did you do in that time? Because I still never asked you.
Yeah, that's a good question. I think I knew I wasn't going to get them individually saying their names, so I'm blanking.
You cut the name game.
I cut the name game.
You did yes and,
but I did like a yes and game to explain the concept of yes and
for folks who don't know. Let's do it now.
But then we also put it in the way of even though we're meeting as strangers in this way, or we may have done like gift giving or something like that. It's like this thing of accepting and building on the idea that whatever you've been given was okay. So I believe we did a game where people were offering gifts, and then
it's a classic game. Yeah, giving a gift in improv can be even giving a bad character trait. So like if you're worrisome Wanda, that's actually a gift because now you have something to play off of. But in improv, we often give each other this exercise of a bad gift or a boring gift or even a gross gift sometimes.
So, hey, Joe, here, I got you a box of Staples.
Oh, my God.
I know you lost.
No, I've been trying to do the flyers, and I had that situation where I was stranded without Staples.
Oh, I didn't realize. I just steal them from work because I'm a kleptomaniac. But
oh, my God. My staple gun is empty. And then I had another box from the Red Wing Puppet Theater down the street who often lets me borrow a staple gun.
Yeah.
And I'm shouting them out for real. And I left it somewhere. And so you just gave me the perfect box of staples for that.
I hope my kleptomania can help me more at work.
Well, thank you for stealing.
I got to get back to the nuclear fusion plant. If I see anything else.
I ran over there the other day, and I ran back, and I'm glad I did.
Oh, it's good.
Yeah,
it's 3 miles.
That's great.
A mile and a half there and back.
Yeah, and then it's over.
Yeah,
thank God. But I'm so glad you're stealing things for me, and you really stole the show at the Hill People Fest.
That's very sweet.
You did.
That's very sweet.
You stole it, and you and I were wearing our ceremonial jackets by the time it came around to do the show. Yeah, these jackets came from Pretty Little Liars, and they were featured in another thing maybe I could insert here because I would love to keep. It's actually New Paltz's very own a cappella bagpipe group. It goes way back to the Huguenots, and these jackets were inherited. Scott Benjamin, Taylor Suppel, and I have done it. We killed it, and you'll see a clip of that now.
Coming up next is New Paltz's very own a cappella bagpipe group. They play at local punk shows. Let's give it a listen.
We weren't welcomed anywhere else in the world, and New Paltz was the only place to accept them. If the Huguenots can make it here, then anyone can, but...
Ooh, they sound...
quite horrible.
Well, listen to the pipes on them.
Feel free to mute if you want, because this is the most annoying sound I've ever heard.
It's a no for
Where's
me.
your culture, Suzanne?
I am cultured, okay? But this is not culture. This is screech. This is screech music.
There you go, folks. Yeah, it's a masterpiece, but
I didn't know these were Pretty Little Liars.
They came from the show. The wardrobe department said we needed some help getting rid of some extra clothes. I donated a bunch of them to the Salvation Army, but they had like 3 or 4 matching Clover jackets. And you and
Does Benji have one too?
Anybody, I think Benji's got one, and I think anybody who comes to Hill People, I will buy you one if you come 3 years in a row. Okay? You hear that?
We gotta get Scotty out.
I know. Scott Benjamin's another legend, and someone who's...
He had that character show in the city.
I consider him my own personal coach. He was one of the gifts of, the 2020s who came to New Paltz from the city, and his wife is also an incredible artist. Serena, what's her name? Andrea Kantowitz is an incredible artist and a teacher at New Paltz who just has incredible comics, and you got to see her take on Van Gogh, and she even has Scott on some of her drawings. So it's an incredible person, and that they're neighbors. But Scott would come, and he Googled, is anybody funny around here? In some Facebook group. And what do you think somebody said?
Joe Davis is funny.
Happenstancery is
Happenstancery.
we got you.
Funny people.
Yeah, and he found us.
We had a good time. Yeah.
And how did you find us? It's a pretty cool
think
story.
It was IG. No, and then it was IG, and y'all was promoting that you were doing a show, a college-y show in a basement. What was the name of that place?
Radio Shack.
The house was known as Radio Shack. Now, again, I had just moved here, country bumpkin, not a country bumpkin, I mean, from Connecticut for what it's worth. But I don't know anyone from anyone. And again, due to my advanced age, my wizened old years, it's me wandering into some college basement. Fortunately, I don't.
How did that feel? Because I don't think a lot of adults listening to this show might say, "Where do you find the courage to do that?"
I just, I, from my years of doing, the murder mystery shows for 20 plus years, from doing and then evolving to doing like, sort of there was no hidden camera, but having to show up at shows pretending I was someone I wasn't.
Yeah.
I'm okay. I can walk in anywhere.
And not only can you seek it out more than most.
Yeah, you need to be around your, you have to find the others, especially if you feel like the odd one out, or if you are alone. And the only way you're going to do that is by practicing corporeal politics, which is like voting with your feet, moving your ass around, getting yourself out at a Saturday morning and noon, and standing around with some other people that are like-minded to you. Or
going to a drum circle, going to an improv class, going to a contact improv, or a dance.
Yep.
Or a river.
Or a protest, or sitting in the coffee shop.
Or a library.
And the same thing for, same spot regularly. Inhabit space. Occupy public space.
And exemplify peace in these times where so many people are feeling really uneasy. And yes, we're two silly guys joking around, but we do understand the reverence and severity of these times, and that it is not all like fun and games.
Well, in times like this, it takes bravery to be happy, to find joy, to be resilient.
Give yourself some credit. If you go out to a local coffee shop and buy a cup of joe and interact with a stranger, you made the world a little better in your own way. And if you go home and you share something that feels relevant to you, and you're thinking and visualizing peace, and maybe you meditated a little more this week, or maybe you're working on another part of your life. The fact is, if you're surviving and taking care of yourself, that's the best thing you can do for the whole. If you can take care of somebody else, you're now doubling that. And then if you can take care of a community, now you're really making waves. And I've started to feel the effects of that here in the Hudson Valley after the last 5 years we've had here. Because this July is 5 years since Happenstancery started. So that's something I'm really proud of. And, Topher being a part of it for the last 2, that was April 2023. And here we are at your birthday. Man, thank you. You have been the person I had dreamed of to come around. This guy's a walking encyclopedia of improv, film, television, music, and you're also creative spark. So I would say give yourself more of a spotlight because you do have the goods, and I love it.
Very sweet, Joe. Thank you.
I love it. Yeah, man. And this guy is a dad and a husband and a brother to me in a lot of ways. Because I am everybody's brother. You can call me Broseph Davis. 1@gmail.com if you have any questions. But thank you for also getting Happenstancery's email list. Like, I think it's pretty cool that Topher and I both push each other to be better in different ways since we know each other.
I think it was cool we did it at a film shoot.
The ultimate impetus to getting our email list started was through Vinny Velez and the Sketchy as Hell crew.
Yeah. So Vinny and the Sketchy crew organized a shoot at an office space, and Joe was kind enough to offer that I might be able to crew the event, and then your schedule opened up so you were actually able to participate as an actor, initially unscripted. And but we got there early because we're vigilant and hardworking, and had downtime as you do on a film shoot. So we were like, "Whoa, free Wi-Fi! What do you do with that in a laptop?" And before you know it, clickety clack, Joe's on the keys, the Q and the R and the E and the R and the T and the Y, and before you know it, he sets up a mailing list on Happenstancery.org.
Yeah, and it was thanks to you, man. Like going through, having a friend to go through this stuff.
You gotta hold
with.
space with other people.
That's why I say go to the coffee shop, because I worked at cafeteria in New Paltz and would see that co-creation, and it's incredible how people like me,
or like the draw club that Chris is part of,
that happens often right here in Soy in Rosendale, a collective experience of working together. We created that in the morning of this film shoot. We showed up early. It's a working environment. They had the coffee. They had the standing desk. And I just so happened to be there.
You have the talent.
You have the Topher.
You have the Topher. You got the Tainment. You have Tophertainment.
And you were also Topher the Gopher. That's where it started.
I pulled up. I was the PA on that project, or one of them. And
only one for terms of as far as helping the overall smoothness of things, because the camera guys had their own people, but you were the dream. And right when everybody was starting to get ready to crash, you came in clutch and went and grabbed us all a meal.
Food.
Big crucial thing, but also
get that at timing, set it up, have it propped up.
Helping people entering, this is what I did for Pretty Little Liars. I didn't mention it, but I was there, the first person every morning at 5:45 a.m. And Serena has stepped off to other products, but she could tell you, every day I was on time. This was after being the guy in college who was late to his 9 a.m. Music therapy class, which Serena was also in, where I met her. But I'm then, and when I got this opportunity to work for HBO and be the first guy there, I found the wisdom of waking my butt up early. And you do that all the time. I'll get a message from you around 5 a.m. sometimes.
I'm up. I don't know why I sleep the way I do. Some people say it's age and this, that. And then it's that weird thing of trying to listen to your body with it. But,
yeah, but it's like seizing the day, and that's what we're doing overarching with this community. And one thing I really just want people to understand is the reason Topher goes down those basement stairs and seeking improv is because this guy, ChrisTopher, means community. This guy loves and gathering the tribe of people, and I thought I was big on that, and then I meet this guy who's even more inspiring to me and seeking it. So you've helped me make more friends and brought this out, so it's been so great to have you as a part of this and as a teacher to all of us here at Happenstancery.
Thanks, man. That's really sweet to hear.
Yeah, you're our community director of Happenstancery.
Working on it, yeah.
And I am the founder, and we are starting to think about what are the next steps. So if you're listening to this and
want to be a part of it,
yeah, and let's look at the camera for this. Really.
Or if you want, to be a part of this, or if you want something like this in your English-speaking part of the world, or if you speak English and then speak another language in your part of the world, we can help you make this happen.
Yeah, you could meet with one of us or both of us, even virtually like this, right in this exact spot, actually. We'd probably do it right here after 4 p.m. someday. And the goal is that is one version of it, a one-on-one with us here. But also we want to set up going into senior homes and communities, retirement communities. We want to set up going into support groups and businesses, corporations, teams, non-for-profits, anybody with a group dynamic that could use some exciting, breathtaking community.
Well, people don't realize they can get along if they take some time to figure that out beforehand. Why are they together? Why are they really doing what they're doing?
Why are
they trying to get where they're going?
Why are we here in this life?
Assessing that.
What was your purpose? What do you think you didn't get in all the lifetimes before?
How much are you mired in the past, and what's presently your situation?
Yeah, what's your old story, and what's your new story? Because I'm sick of people thinking World War III is upon us. I know it can feel that way, but we have to.
They want you to feel.
They want you to feel that so
They're
that they
painting
can
in very
keep us controlled.
Broad strokes. See, this is something I've been wanting to explore in a workshop. I've shared this Keith Johnstone thing of the fast food Stanislavski lists. And out of all the lists, basically it's a title and some character traits. And there's stuff about his ideas of high status and low status. You can Google it. But the other thing that he's got going on there is there's no how to be thought a villain. There's someone to be thought as a computer, or to be thought as handsome or beautiful, but no one ever thinks of them to be thought of as a villain.
Because even a villain doesn't know they are.
Right. But there is a list on there, and it is to be thought of as a bad parent. And it's the actor who's reading that list.
Yeah.
And on that list is every single thing that I've ever seen. If you play with this list, every single permutation or alteration of anything that's a bully or mean or whatever, I'm only guessing that these lists of 21 different character types he built out of doing workshops, like the week-long workshops that I did with him. So, like, seeing this list, it must have been honed this way. I'd love to talk to someone how it is, but everything's culminated into the longest list of this villain, this bad parent list. And I'm like going, this is the thing. This is the core summation of what we're...
times now.
Of our times, is that someone at some time had a bad parent. Whatever you put that in quotes in as, was that either a teacher or person in power or a relationship that was over you? Because that's the closest two-person nucleus. Is if someone, because if there's parent, and then everyone else is a stranger. Really, you could have uncles and stuff, but like I have blood siblings that have not met my son. You could have blood relatives that don't know you. You could have other neighbors that really love you. So that it's like that idea of
think we're all part of the great family of man.
But if we can break this down of like what humanity looks at, because there's so much of it. Like I find like if I do something nice, like I had a customer come through, the kid was crying, I grab a small paper bag, I grab the counterfeit pen thing, I draw a little face on it and make a little puppet out of it.
Yeah.
And the kid lights up, changes his mood, I give them the paper bag puppet, the parents walk away happy.
Yeah.
You know? I know,
you make an impact just like I do, and my mom and everybody,
who inspired you to do. Creating that awesome song that we get to sing in our shows sometimes.
When you reach out to your fellow person and say, hey, we're here and I want to make you smile, you make the world a better place. And really, it's really true.
Yeah.
Would you like to cut the deck for a little?
Last time I played poker with a deck of tarot cards, I got a full house and 5 people died. So do I take the card out?
Oh yeah, just cut the deck. Just cut the
flip.
Oh yeah, flip if you want. Yep. There we go. Okay.
So that's a fun one.
That is a fun one.
What's that? Is that rods?
So I'm gonna take this, and then I'm gonna give you past, present, future. Okay.
All right.
Ah, very, very good.
Lovers in the moon. Holy moly.
All right. So past is the 2 of Wands, and it's this guy who's really looking out at his past. He's kind of lonely, he has the world in his hand.
Oh wow.
But he doesn't really have his community. So that's the past, right? Now the present is the lovers, which that is pretty, for the 2 of us here chatting, it basically means that you love what you're doing, you're in the right place. Mm-hmm. You're in love with your family and your community, and the future is the moon, which is a very beautiful sign. That is our magical side. You have these...
That's my star sign.
That's your... Yeah?
Cancer, I think, is the moon.
Wow. The moon, folks, is where all the magic happens. And
nobody's upside down either.
No, and this is the one advice card. Okay, the last one is the 7 of Swords. And that is an example of somebody who's... You don't want to carry too many eggs in one basket. You know,
that's why we're thrashing now.
Yep,
and not later on.
Yeah, we're reflecting because Topher has been telling me, Joe, you got to stop and acknowledge what you do. But even me, I'll give you one recap of what my week was. I did the Big Cheese open mic on Tuesday. Idiot's Hour, New York City on Wednesday. Mm-hmm. Rosendale.
We had Happenstancery in the band shell because of the rain.
And voting at the community center. Yep. So we were at the Rosendale workshop preparing for Friday. Yep. Film the Hill People Comedy Festival, what we talked about, and you're about to see. And then Saturday morning, I woke up.
You had Arm of the Sea.
I had a puppet show in Connecticut. And then I came home, did everything I had to do, and luckily had a nice solstice fire and a peaceful Sunday swimming in a swimming hole here in the Hudson Valley, which I want you and Lisa to come out. What's it called, Serena? Deep Hole in Accord. We don't have that many listeners, so I don't feel bad about this. Is your little secret.
I gave me the GPS coordinates.
Yeah, you and Lisa and your amazing boy have to go. Theo is great. So this is the lesson of, seeing you have all these different things, but just like me, the advice card is you've got 2 in the ground there. Set these all down. Don't take everything with you all the time. Focus on your spiritual side, the moon, that inner mothering of the world and the community that we are in. Focus on the people you love and your community and your friendship and the lovers. And the past is only worrying about yourself and about your past. Forget your old story. Like we said, this is a chance for us to create a new environment and transform the planet. We can transform anything if we put our mind to it.
Oh, I wasn't expecting a reading.
Well, happy birthday from Jolly Joe Jester. I don't think I've ever done a reading on the show, but if you look at, I think it's episode 18 or 19, we had Aaliyah Talborn. If you want to get yourself
she does her stuff done.
A reading, she did it once in the community center during one of our events for Happenstancery, and I'm getting more and more into it. I think it's a great way to seek advice. So,
yeah. And if you have come to Happenstancery and you have had an update to your situation or stance or need help or support from the Happenstancery crew, reach out to us at happenstancery.org on the mailing list.
Yeah.
There's a form there.
And we're building communities and conversations. Yeah. So if you're not on the Meta platforms, we have other Telegram.
Because once you know Happenstancery, you're one of us forever.
Yeah, you're always a Happenstancer for life. And yeah, Arm of the Sea is with Mac, who was one of the early members. I remember we had our first little paid show in my hometown of Elmira with Mac, Tara, and Graham. And a long history of people who have been a part of it. We mentioned a lot of them tonight. But if you want to be a part of it, reach out to happenstancery@gmail.com, because we are here and we'd love to. Even if you're any age group, we'll make it work.
We'll help cure your fascism, too.
We are here to cure your isolation, like that first card of...
If you feel a lot of hate in your heart...
stuck or stagnant, scared, isolated...
Come on over. Spend an hour with us. You'll meet some nice people and have some fun.
All together now.
All together now. That's what we do. That's our motto.
Awesome. Well, Topher, thanks for being on the podcast.
This has been a joy, Joe.
We're going to have a more free-flowing conversation off the mics. But for now...
This is the tip of the glacier. There's a lot underneath that you...
Yeah, you're only getting the free experience. Go to Patreon if you want to see the entire Hill People Comedy Festival alt night and our Idiots Hour. All of the different acts will be uploaded to our Patreon. Thank you, and check out the Idiots Hour followed by Hill People Comedy Fest. Peace.
Like and subscribe.
And love. Yeah, and follow Topher Polack on Instagram.
Sure, why not?
And what's your website? The Diversion?
TheDiversion.com.
TheDiversion.com.
I have buttons, but get the Happenstancery for the mailing list. We love you there.
Happenstancery.org. Peace, love, and improv.
Live, thrive, and survive.
Now is the time. It's going to be fun. Peace and love.
Later.
All right, but we got the next. Are we ready? Yeah. Jolly Joe Jester is making his New York City debut right now. Here to save the world in the only way he knows how. Jolly Joe Jester! Woo!
Jolly Joseph, Jolly Joseph, the people's transportation. Let me hear you say, a Jolly Joseph, Jolly Joseph, a Jolly Joseph, Jolly Joseph, all the people's transportation. Jolly Joseph. Joseph! A Jolly Joseph! A Jolly Joseph! I said the people, transportation, transportation. Ah, Jolly Joseph! Jolly Joseph! A Jolly Joseph! Jolly Joseph! I said the people, transportation. Ooh, Jolly Joseph! Crayon for you. Hi guys, how you feeling? Feeling good. I'm gonna bring the upstate vibes down here. Yeah, hi. I'm just like emotional, you know? It's like a lot. It's a lot being alive. Take your time, feel free, sit back, relax. My inner child died recently. I brought him. Yeah, you can pass it around. There's going to be some passing around. It's okay, you know what? I lost him, but then I found him! He's reincarnated! Yeah! It's happening! And guess what his name is? For he's a Jolly Joe Jester. For he's a Jolly Joe Jester. For he's a Jolly Joe Jester. Who's definitely alive. Oh, it's so good to be alive sometimes. Right? It can be so fun. It can be abundant. You know what makes me feel loved? The Beatles. I have some Lennon. I have some glasses here. Oh, I'm back from the dead, New York, John Lennon! Ah, I got shot. Peace on earth! Peace on earth! Love is God! Love is God! Art is love! Art is love! Give me a hug! Give me a hug! Get somebody love a hug in here! Come on! Oh my God! I love you guys! I love you! Alright. Aren't you glad you came out to the Idiot's Hour? This is for everybody! Take one and pass it around! But don't eat it yet! Don't eat it, New York. Not yet. We used to be the Big Apple, but now we're the Big Orange, right? It's time we create our own reality, right? Out with the old apple, in with the New York, with no cork, because we're a big orange, and we're going to take one. And if you came with somebody and you don't need a whole orange, I got an appealing idea for you. Peel that sucker and give a little piece to everybody, but don't eat it yet. We're going to take a collective chomp in just a moment. Keep passing. But here's the deal. I see you passing the oranges, but you know what's a lot easier, and it doesn't take a bunch of people to go pick in the garden? What? What's something you can give to make your neighbor feel loved? Here's what it is. I'm going to start it with you in the front row who's peeling. And I want us to pass this throughout the room, just like the oranges. John Lennon and the Beatles had it right. It's called a head nod. So nod to your neighbor. Now you nod to the guy in the Mets. All right. Nod, nod, nod. Now pass the nod. Pass it on. Pass the nod. Head nod. Come on, let me hear ya. Head nod, nod. Head nod. Where's the nod? Head nod. Head nod. Come on, people, let me feel your heart. Head, 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 head nod. Head nod. Head nod. And our great host over here, too. Head nod. Nod, nod. Head nod. Head nod. Oh! You know, when I was a little boy and I came and visited the city, keep it going, choir. Na 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 na, head nod. My mama always told me to look strangers in the eyes. Head, 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 head nod. And she said, even better, head nod. Give him a piece of fruit from upstate New York. Head, head, head nod. Let me hear you clap. Head nod, head nod. People on the balcony, I see you. Head, head, head nod. Head nod, head nod. Somebody hold up my inner child if you have him. Head. Hold him high. Head nod. Here, take this. Head nod. You, I want to see you next week. I ask you to come back. You, I want you to head nod 3 strangers a week. Okay? Every day. It'll change the world. It's the Holy Spirit we're talking about, people. Nod and nod and nod and nod and nod. Thank you for coming to my hotel. Okay, so grab your orange. Did you save one for me? Thank you, sir. I'll take an already peeled. Everybody get ready to bite. And as we bite, remember, this is your one shot at life. This is it. Unless you want to be reincarnated like I was. Remember, my inner child was dead. But you can shock him back to life. The power's in the orange. All right, on the count of 3.
Wait, I need some.
You need it here. Here, come here. You come up. Who doesn't have a piece?
There's a full one right here.
Full one right here.
Another full one here.
Who wants me to throw him one?
There's a chandelier. Okay.
Catch it. Ready on the count of 3. There's enough orange to go around, people. This is our shot. Peace on earth. Art is love is God. I am Jolly Joe Jester. And let's all chew on the orange and have 5 seconds of silence. Are you ready? Here we go. Thank you. And thank you, Matthew Silver and the Indian Tower and Ryan for hosting the best event in the world. And let's save this country for God's sake. Peace on earth. Jolly Joe Jester. All the way from Newport, New York State, yeah! Yeah, we clowns like to get
get divine, too. We like to transcend space and time. Is that what we did just now? You're not even here right now. You guys don't even exist.
And you could catch their improv night at the rec center in New Falls on Thursday nights if you want to go jam. Welcome to the stage, Happenstancery.
People Comedy Festival. This is our third year.
Third Timers Club, official Third Timers Club jackets.
We have the Third Timers jackets. If you come 3 years in a row and perform, you get one of these. Okay? I got dozens of these.
All right? And what did we do earlier today, Topher? Right out back here.
We helped people run an improvised workshop!
And you guys were awesome!
Thanks so much if you can run the workshop. I see you. Oh, hey, Justin. Oh, my God, Barry's helped so much.
But today, I want to introduce you to these people who've been coming to our workshops in New Paltz, and we are all a part of this. So right now, I'll tell you myself, I am Jolly Joe Jester!
I am Ben Healy.
I'm Kai Welcome.
And I'm Topher Polack. While we might have these long jackets for coming here a long time, you can walk away with wonderful merch from the Hill People's Comedy Fest just right now when you're done with the show tonight. So make sure you get some lovely merch from there.
Yeah, it's my favorite bag in the world. I use it all the time. And you know, you can never have too many of those bags, right?
Bags and bags
I love
and bags
it. Get one every time. Yeah. But what we want to talk about is like a happenstance.
A circumstance.
Like, what if you were out in the world and you saw somebody else with a Hill People Comedy Festival bag?
What are the odds? Or a circumstance. Maybe it rains on your wedding day, or something ironic like that. It's a weird circumstance, or a serendipity. Oh, something that happened in your life. Maybe you bumped into a high school friend, something like that.
That's what our prompt
to start us off.
Is going to be. Somebody's serendipitous moment. What happened recently?
I saw my high school costume designer at Wegmans, and I had to tell her I'm a girl now.
That's perfect. I love Upstate. I love you. I love Wegmans. I love you, girl. Give it up for our girlfriend for that. All right. You think we are ready to start?
Sure.
Yes.
All right, so the way this is going to go is that at one point, either I'm going to ring this bell or Topher will ring that bell, and we might guide the adventure along. Okay?
With your input.
And you're all at this Wegmans with us, right? We're all here at the Wegmans! All right, let's go.
Let's see if she's in Wegmans.
Saturday in the store. It's shopping for the 4th of July.
Saturday.
Oh, fuck. I hope she didn't see me.
Yeah.
Oh! Hi, darling! How's it been?
Great.
Cool.
So, you've,
Yeah! I didn't really know when to tell you, but you know how you designed me that boy costume in high school?
I very much do.
Yeah! It was great. It was great. You know, I wore that thing every day. It got little holes in it. I really liked it. But you know, I did a little introspecting, and I thought maybe I should not be spending every day dressed in the boy costume. So now I don't do that anymore.
That is a wonderful choice for you, but I have a question. Will you be needing any new costumes?
Yeah!
It's a good place to pause, right? Now, what can happen next, my buddy Topher, old pal?
Now, folks, many costumes can be offered. What kind of costume could the teacher offer? Anyone?
Superhero costume.
A superhero costume.
Oh, a new superhero.
Or
clowns.
Or a
Or a new clown costume. Okay, I think I will be the clown side of things because I am a clown and a jester. So I like to think that maybe a new clown costume will be formed. Yeah. Okay, that's what if you got me. But we heard cats or superhero cats.
Cat costume. So if you want a cat costume, you're going to be voting on my side.
Okay.
All right. So if you want a cat costume, make a lot of noise.
You're going to go meow.
Make meow.
And if you want a clown, go.
And let the scene continue with clown costume.
I would guess I maybe could need a costume for something one day. Do you have any ideas about what kind of costume?
Well, as a costume designer, I have many ideas for costumes. We can go in any direction you would like, but you have to give me some idea because you clearly know what it is that you want. If you could be anything, and
not in this room.
What would you be?
I guess if I could be anything, I would be something that would not have to talk or interact with anyone like that, and people still liked and were not scared of or anything.
All right. So Kai's character is at a crossroads. She wants to become something.
She might want to become someone who's minding their own business.
Who does she want to become? What does she want to actualize? What does he want to actualize?
A plant.
Wants to become a plant?
Or maybe she wants to be a tree or a plant of some kind.
What else?
You can be anything you want to be.
Even a tree.
So audience, if you think a tree, put your hands up in the air like branches. And if you want to mime, let me see you put yourself in a box and say,
and if you want a bird, and if you want to fly away, flap your arms.
I think you're minding your own business.
So maybe you would like to be a mime?
Mimes don't talk, so that takes care of half of
That definitely meets your qualification for that.
it. Yeah.
As far as I know, mimes go with a very simple sort of getup. It's usually black, which definitely brings out your everything.
Thanks. Usually it's kind of stripy, right?
Well, yes, the shirt, but also you're going to have to go full makeup.
Okay, I don't want to be rude, and you've done a lot for me in my life.
It's true, I have. As costume designer.
Yeah, and that was really helpful for a while. I just want to make it really clear this time. If I accept this really great offer, which would be so cool to have a free costume, I assume, is it going to be free this time?
Oh, I didn't say anything about free.
Okay.
You see, when you were in school, that was a school thing, but as a professional costume designer, I will have to charge something. But I think I can give you a good deal. Especially since this is
Excuse me, sir. I just noticed you're a costume designer in there.
I am.
Well, I just noticed you're closeted in there. You need to come out of that costume designer closet.
It's true. I should come out with fabulous Hills Comedy Festival Oh, thank goodness, I've broken free. I'm out of the mime box and closet and other metaphors.
Just to finish up what I was saying.
I didn't forget that
I have to run. But I just want to be clear. This time when you give me a costume, I would love it. I love this costume. I would love to not have to wear it every day until it gets holes in it and then I have to secretly switch. I would really like if it could just be a sometimes thing where I'm going to mime sometimes. Maybe every time I see you, I can do mime. And then when I'm not seeing you,
a mime just for around me.
And maybe you can hold on to the paint so then I can have it whenever I need it.
I think I get where you're going.
Nice to see you.
Mind your own business. Oh yeah. Mind your own business. Let me hear you sing and stand up if you want to mind your own business. If you see somebody and you say something's different, maybe you should just mime. And mind your own business. Oh yeah! Mime, a mermaid, mind your own business. Oh, a leprechaun, mime, a fairy, mind your own business. A caterpillar, mind your own business. Put it on my face. You know what? I'll just mind my own business. We sing the caterpillar. And remember, you all are just caterpillars waiting to turn into butterflies.
Because together
we are
with you.